well, good morning, everybody. I appreciate y'all being on. If you guys, looks like we got some people joining in. If y'all can, oh, there we go. Appreciate the hearts and good morning, everybody. This is my first attempt at this, so I appreciate everybody joining in, and I'm excited about doing this. This is obviously being a new process for me. I gotta really throw this out to Frank England, who gave me this idea and kind of spurred me on to do this. Hey, good morning, Mike. Good morning, Jerry. Francisco, good morning. Princess, good morning. I appreciate everybody joining in. This is awesome. Listen, what I want to do is basically help everybody start their day in hopefully in a positive way, and just kind of give a few tips. And obviously each day is going to have its own topic. So let's dive right in. It's 8 o'clock. I want to get started on time and help everybody move on quickly with their day. What I'm going to be doing with these is doing them every weekday for the next 3 weeks. So basically right into our national event, of course, ID Revolution. And I hope you enjoyed today. What I want to start off with is how to detach yourself from the outcome. What I see a lot of times with folks, and I did this in the beginning too, so this isn't any kind of, let me adjust this thing a little bit here. There we go. Is people become emotionally attached to the end result when they're meeting with somebody. So, and what that does is it just creates a roller coaster. They're just up and down and up and down. And I know this person's going to join, and if this person just joins with me, then everything's going to be great, or whatever the case may be. So, want to kind of touch on that, because to have that emotional involvement in a business, and it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's network marketing or your day-to-day career, is that's just emotionally draining. So again, just want to help folks kind of deal with that and overcome that. So what I suggest to folks is don't become emotionally attached to the outcome. Become committed to or attached to the process. So what we want to do is commit to an ongoing process, whether it's working your business, 20 minutes a day, a half hour a day, an hour a day, whatever your commitment level is able to be. And listen, just about everybody has careers. They're busy with their work, busy with their jobs, busy with their existing business, whatever the case may be. So you kind of fit your network marketing business in where and when you can, and again, commit to the process and be consistent with that. So now that doesn't mean that we don't want to track the outcome, because we actually do. What we want to do is use that information, though, to be able to know places where you can improve. So what do I mean with that? Well, tracking your outcome is important for goal setting. So how does that work? Well, let me give you an example. Let's say that every 10 people you meet with about your business, one person signs with you. Well, now what you've done is you've established your average. So that's very useful information, because that's what you want to focus on, is how can I improve my average? So if I'm talking with 10 and one enrolls with me, then now I can improve. So let's say we can improve it to the point where now when we talk with 20, instead of 2 enrolling, now we talk with 20 and 3 enroll. So we've actually improved our average by 50%, or improved our success by 50%, because now 1.5 people out of 10 is enrolling. So I hope that makes sense to you. The other thing, here's one thing that's really important with this process, is understanding that when people meet with you and they look at your business, if they don't enroll with you, it's okay, because that just means it's no, it's not no, it's just not right now. So, and you hear a lot of talk about that. We talk about that a lot. But what I mean, in addition to that, is people are always watching you. So if they don't enroll with you that day, I promise you, they're watching you on Facebook. They're watching you out and about. If it's your neighborhood friends, they're watching what you're doing. So as your lifestyle starts to change, and maybe you buy a new car. Cindy DiPaoli just bought a new car the other day, and she's blasting it all over Facebook, which is amazing. That's exactly what we need to do. Show people that you're having success. I guarantee you, people have been watching her, and now they're going, hey, wait a minute. Cindy just bought a new car, and she's putting that all over Facebook. That's because of that business she's been trying to talk with me about and trying to get me to join, and whatever the case may be. So those are the kind of things where people say, wait a minute, that person's committed to this thing. They're still going, they're still working it, and now they just bought a new car, and man, they just went on a new vacation, and they just, they're going to see lifestyles change in you, and when that happens, then they're going to come back around. Timing is very important in people's lives. Not everybody's going to be ready to go when you meet with them. And here's the other thing, and I'll throw this in there too, and I didn't really intend to talk about this, but I think it's important. I've seen people take 3 weeks or a month or 6 months or a year after looking at our company with us, finally, not the right word. It's not finally, but it's their time. The time is right, and they enroll in my business with me. And, I've had people reach out to me on Facebook and say, all right, hey, you're having way too much fun. We need to talk, when I've been trying to get with them for a year. And then, the funny thing is, then they enroll in a matter of hours. Well, the funny part about that is that they enroll, and it took them a year to even look at what you're doing. And then they expect everybody else to get it in 15 minutes when they meet with them the first time. So, understand what your journey was and what your process was to enroll, and understand that other folks are going to have their own process. So, morning, Melanie. So, that's an important thing in understanding that we always lose sight of what our own process was, and we expect everybody else to understand it because we now understand it. So not always going to happen. But again, so tracking, getting back to that, so tracking what your average is and using it to set your goals is a huge part of this. So another thing is, obviously, in addition to focusing on improving your averages, focus on good morning. I see somebody say good morning. I didn't quite see who it was. So good morning. Is to focus on personal growth in doing that, because what we want to do is constantly improve. What we're doing when we're involved in network marketing is we're building our own story. And every day that story grows. So as the story grows, then we become better. We become then emotionally attached not only to our company, to our product, to our success, to our health in the case of what we do, obviously, with our company. But in doing so, as we grow, our enthusiasm grows. So we get to go out and share a story that we're personally attached to. So be attached to your story. Be attached to the process. Don't be attached to the outcome. I hear people talk about this all the time, and it's such a great example. It's kind of like a waiter or waitress in a restaurant. They're not emotionally attached to whether or not you say yes or no to having another cup of coffee, or whether or not you say yes or no to wanting dessert. So they don't run out of the restaurant screaming when somebody says no to them. So understand that, that's kind of the emotional level that you want to have here. What we're doing is we're sharing a story that we know is important to the individual. Whether or not they understand how important it is and whether or not they value it is really what's important. So I love the quote, many of them actually, from Jim Rohn, where he says, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. So practice is one of the keys. Make sure that you're practicing. There's a saying that a lot of people kind of throw around there: knowledge is power, knowledge is power. Well, more accurately, knowledge put into action is power. And that creates power for you. So the more you grow, the more you learn, the more you become efficient, at sharing your story, the better your results are going to be. And that's when you take 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 20 to 3 out of 20, and then 2 out of 10, which of course is 4 out of 20. And your average grows. And as your average grows, the successes that you have in between the no's make the no's not matter, if that makes sense to you. So I can tell you, there's nobody better really than our CEO, Logan Stout, who talks about this constantly. And it's such an accurate statement. Is success is doing the right things repeatedly over an extended period of time. That's what creates success. So commit to doing those small right things repeatedly over an extended period of time, and you can't help but have success. So listen, I've intentionally wanted to keep these short. We've gone actually about 11 minutes. I want to close with this quote, and I'm going to do this every day. And obviously, we're going to have a new topic every day, and we'll share some important information every day. And again, I really appreciate y'all being on today. Winston Churchill, in his words, success consists of going from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. So as you go through your day, if you're talking with people and you're sharing this story that is important to you, and it's changed your life, or it's changed the lives, and whether it's health, finances, etc., with the people that you care about, and you've seen how this has changed the people around you, just try to maybe keep that in mind, which is not everybody is going to appreciate what you're sharing. Let the haters hate. I hate to use that word, right? Don't, but lock arms with the people that appreciate you, your story, your business, and what you have to share. And I tell you, we're seeing this happen every day. We're out changing the world together, but you want to work with the willing. And those are the folks that you lock arms with. Don't let the other people affect you. It's not worth the emotional drain that it creates. Be inspired by the folks that want to go to work with you. So again, I appreciate y'all taking the time out this morning, and look forward to doing this again tomorrow and every day, every weekday this week, and over the next few weeks. And we'll do this through Revolution. I want to make sure we're sharing this with the folks that can't be there. We certainly understand that. So appreciate y'all tuning in, and have an awesome day. We'll talk with you tomorrow morning. Take care.